What is up, people? We are back. It's another video. Yeah, today we're talking eBay returns. A lot of people were curious what happened with the outcome of my eBay Lego sale. Well, let me get into it. So I've been promising this Lego video for too long of a time now at this point. I wanted to drop this video last month, but I couldn't drop it because I wanted the whole transaction to be complete. I wanted every Lego that I had picked up that day to be sold. And you know how it gets. When you ship something out on eBay, it's not even a closed transaction. I learned a lot on this one. I had these Legos listed for $4,500. Some guy offered me $3,000. I said, I'll do $2,900. I beat it by 100 just to make him feel more comfortable. Now, you want everything to go smoothly when it's this big of a sale. It's hard to gauge this big of a sale, just in general. I mean, like, for me to like keep track of all these pieces as I like send that to that guy, it's pretty difficult to ensure things. I mean, yeah, just eBay did not have my back on that one, really. Problem with eBay is I don't know if anybody's ever tried to return anything on eBay in like the past 5 years. It used to be a pretty simple process when you were dealing with like I've dealt with a decent handful of scam returns where people like they either keep my item and ship me back an empty box, or I've even had it happen with Lego figures before, on Mercari even. I've sold a lot of Lego minifigures. This guy fleeced me for half of them, and then I had to fight like claims and whatnot. But I totally see all sides of the party here, but yeah, this was not a fun one. So the guy got the Legos shipped to him. I did free shipping. I did the whole 9 yards. Signature at the door, all this good stuff. And then he got the package, shipped 26 pounds out. And when he got it, it took him a week to say, hey, man, he's like, hey, man, I'm going to need some sort of a significant discount on this because I'm going through your listing and I found that there's 23 Mega Bloks figures in here. Now, I don't know if you're familiar. Mega Bloks is the counterpart of Lego. And collectors don't want Mega Bloks. If they're a Lego collector, they don't want Mega Bloks. If they're a Mega Block collector, they probably don't want Lego. But yeah, I get it. I shipped them over 1,000 pieces, though. 1,000 parts and pieces. There was Lego, Star Wars, all types of stuff in there. Like, tons of money in there. And this guy, he said, hey, I need a significant discount or I'm going to have to return it. And I said, hey, man, due to the nature of this object, I don't accept returns on an item this big. And that's how my entire eBay account is set up. 0 returns, because like I don't want to deal with it. And I want it to be all sales final. And it turns out like that's not even really a policy there. Not at all. But so after he said, I offered him a refund of $300, which I thought was like crazy significant for 23 figures being off. And then I even offered to send him 23 new Lego minifigures, and he was just like, nope, I think I'm going to just go with the return, man. And I was like, that's awesome, you know? It's just awesome, because, like, the money's already in my bank account, all this stuff. And then the most frustrating part is, like, so about 5-10 years ago even, I had an issue like this happen on eBay, not with minifigures, but it was like a different return, and I was able to get customer service on the phone and correct things. I've been able to reject returns through customer service on eBay just by calling them and talking to a person. But now, it's been like 5 years since I've tried to like call eBay, and man, oh man, what a nightmare that was. I called eBay and they kick you around. AI generated voices talking to you, and they're telling you all this nonsense of like, hey, call this number, call that number. But it's just like you only get a robot. You're not going to talk to a person ever if you keep calling eBay. Like, it's not possible to talk to a person. Be shocked if you talk to a person at eBay. And it was really crazy. So like now, as this kid opens the return, eBay reaches out to me, and it was like a high claims. I was like, cool, they have a department for high claims. This is good because we're dealing with money over $1,000. Like, maybe I would talk to an American about this or something. Talk to anybody at eBay about this because it's so much money. And what do you know? The guy didn't. Well, I was trying to reject the return from the beginning, and the guy said, he said, well, I don't know, man. I said, look, man. I said, if we accept a return on this, there's too many pieces to keep track of here. Like, I'm gonna miss pieces coming back. Like, this guy could have found. I didn't even know it, but there's Lego minifigures that are worth up to $1,000. Star Wars figures. That kid could have pulled that one out of my lot. Now, granted, I wasn't aware if that was in there or not, but I'm definitely missing figures. But anyway, I had a lot of concerns about this kid returning them because I was not sure how we could monitor how I'd make sure I get everything back. Well, eBay's got a policy. It's called money back guarantee. If you're a buyer, even if the seller doesn't accept returns, they're allowed to put the hand of God on you and just come in here and force a return open. And that was very unfortunate for me because, man, they just came in, they took the money, and they said, okay, you have $3,000 on hold now. And the guy shipped them back to me. About like 7 days, 10 days go by, which is wild because ironically I sold another lot of Lego minifigures during this time frame for like $2,500, I think. And ironically, same situation where this kid asked for some money back, but that's a whole nother story. But let's continue with this one here. So anyway, this kid ships the Legos back to me, and I get the box back. I weigh the box. When I shipped it out, it was 26 pounds. When I got it back, it was 13 pounds. This kid got me for 13 pounds of Lego minifigures. That's a significant amount of money. That was infuriating, to say the least. But then I went to go appeal it, tell eBay, like, hey, I didn't get all my stuff back. And eBay was just kind of like, we reject that. We reject your appeal. And then they slammed me with $450 in fees. So I ended up having a transaction for a negative amount of money. That's right. eBay said, thanks for having fun with this transaction for $4,000, but we're going to charge you $450 for this. They got me for the shipping, the return shipping label, and all the fees, which was bonkers to me. I was like, how can you guys get away with this? Like, this is insanity. So I opened up a claim with the Better Business Bureau of America. That's a crucial step in this process, I think. The Better Business Bureau of America, if you're not familiar with it, it's a free website. You go on there, you can report any company or organization on there, and that kind of puts the hand of God on that company. If they get too many of those, they run into some issues, I know. But that wasn't what was the resolution here. So I was pretty pissed off. I started looking up like eBay's like headquarters and whatnot. I was like, man, I'm not talking to any humans over here. I was like, maybe I just fly out there in San Jose, California, and just go talk to somebody at eBay and just be like, let them know how pissed I was. But then I was like, you know what? Maybe we should try a couple other routes before I just hop on a flight out to California and go try to talk to somebody. So I ended up, I dove into Reddit. I didn't even think about this, but I was like, what? I was like, I got to find the CEO's email. And that's exactly what I did. I found the CEO's email. If you want it, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'll give it to you. But yeah. I found a Reddit forum, and this kid said, I used to work at eBay. Here's his email. And I was like, whoa, there's only like 4 or 5 people in that thing. And the first comment was like, dealing with a major eBay return, can't reach anybody over there. Anybody have the CEO's email? Kid below said, I do, used to work there. Underneath, guy was like, got an email back within 3 hours, or a phone call back within 3 hours. So what do you know? I emailed the CEO. CEO has a representative call me within, I guess, 3 hours. It did happen pretty quick. It was the same day. It was like 2 p.m. I sent the email at 11 a.m. But yeah, guy calls me. He's like, hey, Ryan, how you doing? Really sorry about what happened to you, man. And like, I was just impressed that I was talking to a human on the phone. But he did bring me some bad news. He brought me some terrible news. He said, hey, man, yeah, it's a shame. Like, and I see both sides of it. He's like, we don't have a processing facility where it's like, where I ship something, this wasn't checked, prior to it going to that kid's house. So they don't have any idea how much I actually shipped them, which is like kind of wonky because you're like, dude, I can prove it. I have receipts from UPS that show the package weighed 26 pounds. You guys probably have to have some sort of receipt where this kid dropped it back off, UPS scanned it, and they were like, oop, wrong weight, it weighs 13, not 26. Besides the fact, I should have drilled them on that a little bit. But the guy basically went on to say, he said, here's the thing about eBay, Ryan. You don't offer 30-day returns on your account. He said, eBay money-back buyers are backed by us. The money-back guarantee, if you receive something that's not as described, you're protected. And the only way the seller is fully protected is if you offer 30-day returns, I'm told. You have to offer 30-day returns. He said if I had been offering 30-day returns on all my items, I would have been fully covered for the $3,200 on the Legos here. Yeah. Pretty insane. He also said, he went on to say that if I was to offer 30-day returns, I get kicked in a different algorithm and I'd do more sales. Which I'm like, whoa, that's kind of crazy information. And it's just like, and like me, I'm sitting there all night, naive, and I was kind of like, this is crazy, this is good information. I wish I would have had this information. But I would assume that all this information is like probably available on eBay.com in the fine print and whatnot. But I am going to change all my listings to 30-day returns because what battle am I really fighting here? I can't imagine that everyone's going to be returning things, but yeah. I mean, if people are allowed to return things anyway, why not just accept the return all the time? I mean, it's much better than having them force one through eBay money back guarantee, and then you're just battling. You're battling at that point. Yeah, so you might as well just offer the 30-day returns. Crucial step, I believe now. But yeah, after I talked to this guy, he did end up refunding my $450 for the return shipping label and the fees that they slammed me with, which they probably should have done anyway. Yeah, that would have been a real POS move from eBay there. I just wouldn't have been a fan of that. I would have taken a hiatus from eBay, even though it's tough because eBay, a double-edged sword. I mean, you sell on eBay, you're going to do well. They have access to the biggest customer base. In my opinion, it's just facts. Like Mercari's not there yet. Poshmark, it's kind of fallen off. And then it's just no other app is where eBay is with the selling. That's just basics. But yeah, that return sucked a lot. This is all I got back. I shipped him about double this. So, I mean, what's nice is I'll still be able to sell this stuff for some sort of money. I'll be able to at least get $2,000, I think, for all this stuff. There's about 1,000 minifigures here, bag of 400, 6, 7, 8, about 900 minifigures here, and we just keep stockpiling them. That's it. Just got to keep pushing. You can't let little returns like this hinder you. But yeah, I deal with returns all the time. eBay's not the friendliest, but make sure you have that 30 days on. It's crucial. If anybody has any questions on returns, shoot me a DM. I'm happy to help you with it. I've dealt with returns on every site, every website I've dealt with it. Yeah, make sure you're buying insurance too. Stay tuned, like and subscribe for more. I'm gonna close out that Lego video sometime this week. I'm gonna post it. Like and subscribe. Have a great day.